Hey, everybody. This is the panel.
Coolio.
Out to Coolio for a little bit. Hey.
He won a Grammy for this one.
Yeah, he did. Hey, man. May that brother rest in peace.
Yo, rest in peace. We died young nowadays, man.
If I was outside, I'd pour a little out for the homies, but I ain't fucking up my pocket.
He dying young nowadays. Jimmy saying whatever, but I think it's the the circumstances in life and stuff. But we'll go into this. Rest in peace to Coolio, y'all.
Yeah, rest in peace, Coolio.
Man, how old is this song?
Now let's talk about this shit. When that shit come out? 92?
Yeah, I played the hook. Jimmy, what you don't like this song?
Hey, bro, I like this song. I always like this song.
Where you at? Jimmy Green with us.
I always like this song.
Hey, you see how music bring enjoyment? Salute James Hudson, my boy, but rest in peace, Coolio. That's what we're going to set it off with.
For sure. Rest in peace, Coolio. I remember when I first saw that crazy looking fool on TV with them braids all over the place. I was like,
he was the first one that had the ODB. ODB followed him. ODB copied his braids, I think.
That's right. That's right. I'm not mistaken. But he was really originated, man. He had his own sound, his own style. He he stood out. That's why he won that award, because he was just so original,
Yeah, the song was good too, though.
Yeah, he moved rap into another groove. He began, which I call it progressive now. But I think he was an innovator.
Coolio, James, my boy. I mean, Coolio, James. Call up if you feel like it. We in the building. But man, rest in peace to Coolio, a legend.
Yes, a true legend.
He was one of the ones, the inspiration for hip hop that showed us that we could win Grammys
and do whatever the fuck we wanted to do,
and talk about gangster shit and do it big. And
for real.
That, rest in peace to the man. 59 years old, heart attack, cardiac arrest, and it's just sad for me to hear. Jimmy, the oldest one on this panel. I'm sorry, Jimmy, with respect, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like we dying younger. The men are dying younger at this age. My bad. Shout out to the little homie Dennis.
What's going on?
Yeah, buddy. What's happening, man?
What's going on?
We got all ages, all genres on this bitch. But yeah, man. Rest in peace, Coolio. We talking about Coolio right now.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, man.
Yo. So you're a young dude. Do you know? Do you ever hear? Something about Coolio?
I'm not too like. Yeah. I'm like he's like. I've heard of like some of his songs, but I'm not too like familiar with them. I'm not even gonna lie. I like my music and shit like that, but Coolio, I'm not too familiar with.
Yeah. Well, he was part of my generation. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So he had them, like, when we first saw him, it was like weird for people to have colored hair and hair sticking up every kind of way, and just kind of people just doing their own things. You know what I mean?
Right.
He was like a trendsetter. He was a trendsetter.
It didn't matter. He just really truly believed in himself and what he wanted to do, and he did it.
And that's important. That's important, like, especially like listening to somebody's music, especially growing up to being a teenager, like seeing somebody have that confidence in them. An artist like that gonna live with you, forever. So
and he won a Grammy.
About it was like other guys that were rappers and stuff were wearing like suits, and our entertainers back then dressed a certain way.
Yeah, you're right.
Totally bucked the system. And
he broke the system, right?
Good point.
Here I am. Yeah. Hey, shout out to the West Side. I can do whatever.
Hey, West Coast legend.
That's on fire.
But yo, and Nia, tell them about when Gangsta Paradise was out, like.
It was part of that movie. So it came out with that movie with Michelle Pfeiffer. Remember? So that's where it came from. Mm-hmm. And it was part of the soundtrack of that movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, where I mean,
Oh, they use that song in a lot of movies.
They did.
That song was very popular.
It was, but when it first came out, it was the Michelle Pfeiffer movie.
Pfeiffer, yeah.
And it was about her saving some black kids, the typical movies back then. Mm-hmm. But we really fuck with that song. Like,
we fuck with that song heavy. Now, rest in peace. He died age 59. I had a thing where I was saying, like, we just dying younger nowadays. I think it's because of certain reasons, but Jimmy had another opinion. Like I'm saying, we all dying younger. I think it's just a part. Like I don't know, but Jimmy, what do you think about that?
Hey, you know what? And with all respect, I'm a realist. You know, I love everybody. I judge what is the truth. And what's very sad is that Coolio is a victim, just like a lot of other superstars. I don't know if you know this, and you know, it's not degrading the guy. It's speaking about what happened because maybe it'll be an awareness for people not to do that. But he was arrested for crack cocaine several times, which is very sad. And when and unfortunately, it's the truth. But he had a very bad cocaine habit, and he had a heart attack the same way my friend had a heart attack by taking fentanyl and pills and doing cocaine. I used to say to him, Jay, why are you doing that? Nah, I'll be okay. Well, look at him and look at Coolio. And what's very sad is that's the truth.
But you don't think that's a thing with other people that he know in his community, and that's not just a personal Coolio thing? That's a thing that based on like the human evolution, what I'm trying to get down to, because he came up a certain way, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Mook.
And he's not fucking unique. He came up a certain way. It's not unique. A lot of other people came up that same way, and they faced with certain conditions and certain, not conditions, but you react to things differently. You, because of who you are, and you just take on different things, maybe the wrong things, and you deal with stress differently. Basically, what I'm trying to say. Now,
some people have different coping mechanisms.
Yeah,
some coping mechanisms are the best of certain people.
You know, man, that's not an easy thing to be in the spotlight. People ripping at you all the time. People always trying to take your picture. But beyond that, there's a lot of people that deal with that. But when you resort to those type of things, you're killing yourself.
Well, my point was when I said we dying younger, is I'm not going unique to him. I'm saying like even if his friend got killed or whatever, or this other guy got a heart attack.
Oh yeah,
rest in peace, Tupac.
Oh yeah, listen,
like all these dudes, like it's not just we dying younger. It's not a unique thing. It's a thing that's reason systematic. Really, that's what I'm trying to get at.
So you I know. Evolution is basically reversing. The way it used to be is right now with all the drugs and things that they can do now to prolong life, they've been doing. But back in the day, it was normal for somebody to die at the age of 70. And it looks like now we're resorting back to that way. Or back in the day, people were dying at 50s and 60s.
That's right.
It was a big deal to live to 60. And now
that's right, Malik. Yeah.
And we've gotten accustomed to people living 80, 90, 100. You know, it's not an anomaly anymore. But now we're seeing some of our people start to die off a lot quicker. DMX is one, and even drugs played a part.
Thank you. Same shit, yeah. And we can keep going on and on, tell you the truth.
Yeah.
When it comes to that, like
no, Mook, I know what you mean now. I understand that, but you understand what I was saying.
Yeah.
You know,
we both made points because you made it.
Yeah, of course. And
weed. Everybody that smoked weed, no, it wasn't because now they saying no. He just smoked weed or whatever. Nah, we know what's going on. We understand, you know. But my thing is, we're dying younger nowadays.
So that means we need to start taking care of ourselves a little bit better. I
mean, can I tell you something?
But
but guess what?
Wasn't doing
guess what?
Runs every day either.
Yeah, but guess what? These new generations are under a lot of pressure. Years ago, it wasn't like that. Life was a lot simpler. It wasn't so
What do you consider a new generation, though?
Well, let me tell you something. When I grew up, man, I had a job. I went to college. I was able to pay for, and I wasn't living home. I was living in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. I was able to go there, get a job. My college courses were $248.
Your parents weren't poor either, mind you.
What do you mean by this?
You still had that mentality. That's crazy.
You know, but you know what I'm saying? You were able to have a life. Today, you need 3 jobs to have that life. So, I agree with Mook.
We underestimate a lot the social, you know, the comfortability of being like the social comfortability, not just out every day being comfortable. We underestimate that. Somebody calling, my bad. Go ahead, Nia, my bad.
No, you can, man.
Nah, I agree. I agree. Like it's a lot of pressure, especially like for people around like my in my generation. Like society, there's like this standard, this social standard that's invisible, but everybody's aware of from society. And some of it is bullshit, but like some of it are like certain things like when we were younger, and I feel like everybody could relate to this. When everybody's, a young teenager, whatever the case may be, they have these goals that they envision themselves by. Oh, when I'm 21, I'm gonna do this. When I'm 25, I'm gonna do this. Like, everybody has that perfect life dream when you get to like a certain age after high school. And then you get out of high school and you realize like life is real, reality smacks you in the face and there's a lot of pressure and
Oh yeah,
stress from a lot of areas.
mommy and daddy
Yeah.
ain't there anymore.
And
And
even
not
if
even
they are,
from
it's
not
still
even
hard for them.
exactly
And
because
even
like
if they are right, but
yeah,
more
exactly
kids.
because like I could speak from personal experience. I left my mom's crib when I was 16, and I could speak from my friends' experience. I got some friends that still live with their parents, and like there's different levels of struggle throughout the whole entire ladder. But to agree with your topic is just it's a lot of stress, and some people cope with stress differently. There's
That's
kids,
right.
that just drink lean. Like lean is a popular thing for
Big,
people
big.
around my age, and a lot of people are having kidney failures, dying. Juice
Yeah,
World
because
is a
they're
rapper.
drinking. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have more
Juice World had
alcoholics.
to like doing perks, like opioids and like and like that's a thing, that's a trend too. So like some people do this as a coping mechanism, but that's hidden because they want to just be cool about it. But they're not realizing that you got to take care of your body. Health is real wealth. And
Yeah,
that's
man.
why
Yeah.
a lot of people are dying. People make these mistakes early on in their life, and they don't understand the repercussion that'll happen years from now. You feel what I'm saying? You doing these, you're not taking care of your body, you're not exercising, you're not eating healthy. How long do you really think you're gonna live? You know what I'm saying?
Not long.
So exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're
You really can't
You
do that.
know, it really is. It's very sad, man. But that's the truth. But today, you don't have the opportunities you had years ago. It's people are coming out of college and they can't even find a job. People that went to accounting, my friend's son
Exactly.
can't find a job.
Oh
So
yeah. They can't
you
yeah.
know,
find jobs. They can't find places. They can't
And then
find places to rent to them because they have
mhm.
jacked up. Yeah, it's just a mess. It's a mess. They
Hey, I'm
can't build
sorry.
any
Eh,
Whoever's
credit.
calling, give me 2 seconds. My bad. I know this channel is awesome, but give me 2 seconds.
what are you doing, Mukta?
Whoever's calling, give me 2 seconds. That's all.
But
word,
yeah, man,
let's
it's
get them
crazy.
on. Nah, but
It's
yeah,
I
crazy.
know,
but
Malik.
I agree. I definitely agree. It's just fucked up. It's just
So
definitely
look,
crazy.
while we waiting on Bull to get his stuff together over there with the phone call, um, what do you guys think of and I may mess up his name, so you guys don't be mad at me, but I may Uduka, right?
Oh,
That is Nia
email
Long's
Doka,
husband.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Email Uduka. Thank
Email
you.
Doka, coach of the
Yeah,
Boston
yeah.
Celtics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
So word,
So
I follow sports. I'm on
okay, so
that.
boom. Dude then got busted cheating on Nia Long. What the fuck?
All right, so this is my perspective of the whole story. I still don't know
Yeah,
the
let me
full
hear your
story
perspective. I
to
got
its
some shit.
fullest extent. So where like I follow like I'm basketball is my favorite sport. I love basketball, everything about it, from the coaches to the players, everything. So that's obviously gonna affect that locker room. So how I feel about that
Oh yeah.
situation is I think so. Like if you know about Boston, there's always been racial backlash with that team.
Oh yeah.
From the front office,
Even
from the
though
ownership, even to the players. So
wow. I
But
didn't
I
even
know
think
though
that,
they
yeah,
were
man.
one of the
yeah,
first
no,
teams
yeah,
to have
yeah,
a black man on there, right?
mhm,
Bill Russell was one of the first black players,
yeah.
and he
But that's
started with the Celtics. Yeah, so let's
yeah,
just
that's
we'll give him
yeah,
that. But outside of that,
yeah, exactly. That don't mean nothing. They be on some funny shit. So I think he had an like not an open relation, but him and the lady that he was working with had a mutual relationship. Like they were okay with doing what they were doing. I also think she was married too. That's one story I heard. Then I heard another story where it's not looking too well for email Ducker. Like then this is like why also like they had a meeting about it when he right before they issued his suspension, and they had lawyers in it that said that they cannot further discuss the details of this situation. So what does that
Shit.
sound like to you? You feel what I'm saying? Like that just leaves us
sound
with a
like
can
he
of
did got
worms.
caught
Like
with his shorts down.
Okay,
or
now
like
is this against policy? Is this against their policy for what he did?
I don't know, but he's married to a high-profile actress. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know.
And that is creating problems for everybody involved.
Yeah, I know.
Because anybody that happens to be of color or into African American,
and she's a beautiful woman.
Knows Nia Long.
I've had the.
And Nia Long ain't sharing no man. What the fuck I share a man for? I ain't doing it. I mean, and that's a big thing for women. Why should I have to share a man? I'm good enough to keep my man. And it's a big ego thing for women, that if your man is cheating and stuff like that, that's a big deal. That means you ain't providing something at home, honey. And I don't mean to come down on Nia, but at the end of the day, that's typically when it happens, right? People step out because they're missing something.
Yeah, Malik, I can't think like that, but I think you're right. I get your point, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because, you know.
No, I get it. I mean, but I don't condone it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dennis.
No, yeah, I agree. I don't know. At the end of the day, it just sucks that a black man is under some scrutiny, especially after leading his team to, you know, a championship. You know, he had a championship team. You know, it's just a fucked up situation, and I feel like there's a lot of pieces that we don't know to the story, and where it is,
sounds bizarre, man.
And I agree. Go ahead.
My fault, and I agree with what you said. Like, just because Nia Long is his wife, and you know she's in the entertainment industry, and you know they're gonna get a lot of it's clickbait. You know, it's clickbait, and it's just a story that's getting blown out of proportion because just 2 weeks ago.
Hey, when you're away from each other, man, you know, I get it.
Yeah, and not only that though, but a bigger story. 2 weeks ago, before that, the Phoenix Suns owner, he harassed one of the employees that works for the Phoenix Suns.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
And he also said some racist shit. So like he's selling the team. He's looking to sell. Like there was some people didn't want to work for him. People didn't want to play for him. And like, you know, like that's a big deal. So like now he's looking to sell. That story got swept right under the rug once everybody found out email Doug. There's still big headlines for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just all fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just a
bizarro, man. It's bizarre shit, man.
It's crazy.
You know, I don't know. You're married, be a loyalist no matter what. Talk to your wife, hey, honey, this ain't right or whatever. He's wrong for what he did, but you know, yeah, I get the confusion because it screws up the energy of the team. I mean, did they win last year? I don't follow basketball. I'm really like a football nut.
They played the Warriors in the championship. They beat the East. The
Warriors won, right?
Yeah, the Warriors won last year, but they beat the East.
Yeah, so like they got a good team. Like, so
they were contenders.
Like you said,
to get through the East, you got to go through Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And the Nets was like hitting on nobody's. Yeah, so
they swept Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Let me not get too basketball. I gotta talk about basketball.
Hey, peace. Oh damn, we got a lovely lady checking in. Peace to you. But
peace to you.
Hey, what's the next topic? Let's get off of that.
Before you jump off of that really quick, shout out to Aaron Judd, right? I just got noticed.
And let me kill this number.
First home run. And so he's tied to Roger Maris right now.
And it's cool because he hit that ball in the bullpen, so he's going to be able to retrieve the ball without having to give any.
Oh, word?
Hey, wow. Go Aaron.
Hey.
You know what? I'm a Yankees fan, so that's what the fuck is up.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
I see y'all got some sports. Y'all might have to do a sports segment. Fuck around. Shit.
Hey. You talk football too, Jamie. I talk football. Listen, I'm a sports fan.
I like college and NFL. I do college and NFL. I'm a Penn Stater though, so that's who I go for. But, you know,
that's what's up.
Yeah.
But my husband goes for Georgia, so you know.
Oh yeah, the Bulldogs. Yeah, they're nice. They might win it again this year. I ain't gonna lie.
I know. Wouldn't that be crazy? So look, what y'all think about Rachel Dolezal? So she was the president of NAACP. And she was a white lady that was posing to be black.
Oh yeah, she kind of looked black. She had the braids.
Oh yeah, that was.
I remember her. She kind of looked black, and I was like, yeah, okay.
And then you see her parents, and they like white bread, white.
You gotta go to jail for shit like that.
Yeah, but look.
It is.
So her only friends got hacked. So now there's naked pictures of the girl floating around. You know? And I will say, I saw one picture and it wasn't naked. The girl is in shape. Go ahead, Rachel. To be that damn old. But
when you said her name is
Rachel Dolezal.
I'm about to look up.
Yeah, look. And check the link that I sent, man. I sent you a link earlier. Yeah, click on that mug.
Jimmy, what you think about her?
Now look, she ain't naked on the left.
I think she's strange, man. I think she's strange.
Why?
You know, I think she's out of her mind. You know, how do you make believe you're somebody that you're not? You know, it's just, you know, I don't know.
She's strange, or she just
The whole story. I'm listening to you guys. I'm listening to you guys, and it's just really like bedazzles me, man. You don't even know how do you react to that. What do you say to that? You know?
Yeah, I mean, and she did it for years. Like she climbed to the head of the NAACP at the Washington, Seattle.
Yeah, it's.
But is she strange, or is she just a finesser that was opportunist that seen what she wanted,
an opportunist,
got what she
Oh,
wanted?
she's an opportunist. But,
a little bit of both.
well, I'm sorry. I have a normal mind. I think normal. I'm not there. I know she's an opportunist, but it's just me. I would never do that. I could never do that. You know, just she's out of her mind. It's and she's a radical piece of garbage, man. To be honest with you, you know. Again, this is people robbing people. You know, this is just schemers, wheelers, dealers.
Yeah.
And they're robbing of our culture. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, absolutely, Malik. Absolutely.
Like, kind of put her own little spin on it, which isn't cool. You know what I mean? And so now let's just keep it a buck, right? So now it's got people looking at people that are black, that are of a lighter descent, kind of sideways. Because now you second questioning if people that are light skinned are even black to begin with.
That's a fact. You're right about that.
There was already enough division within our race to begin with, you know, and people want to say it doesn't exist, but there's that light skin, dark skin.
It's there. That's why I don't really like Dennis, because he light skinned.
That's fucked up, and that's why I never liked you.
And I don't like that. But wait, Nia, I got one thing to say though.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the pretty Coolio.
Jimmy, get your groove on. Come on, Jimmy. Come on.
Let that hook drop, though. Let the hook drop. There it goes. Oh, not yet? Oh, here it goes. Hey, we on a mission. What y'all talking about, Coolio?
Hey.
Oh man!
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yo, Jimmy.
At least I'm getting. You know, I haven't heard him in so long, man.
Now you know who he is, Dennis. Now you know who he is.
Yeah, I heard that.
All right.
This real Cali shit there.
Yeah, man.
I was in Impala right now with the hydraulics. You ain't see me pop.
Hold up, Nia. What she say? Because I can't pronounce her name. I don't want to mess it up.
Why you gonna do that to me? Nah, it's. Yeah, fucked up.
Nah, yeah.
That's so funny for me.
I got so much love for the ladies.
No, let me stop. Yasha, Lachey Bay.
Okay.
Nah, that was good.
And if I fuck that up, that's my bad, sweetheart. But you know, yeah. I ain't been to school in a minute. So
that's division.
But she's right though. So she said it's division all around us. It's up to us to all come together. I mean, and that's kind of what we're doing on the show, right? Because we don't care who you are and what you look like. Oh. Right? Yes, that's how you said it, go. Hey! So but no, she's right, and that's why we carry ourselves the way that we do on the show. And we're always gonna have a diverse panel if we can, you know. And that's just the way we roll, because we know that everybody can get along and we can all work together.
Fighting against the division.
Yes, we are. And since we were on the Cali mode for a minute, let's talk about PNB Rock, right? Okay. And what's going on with the people that got arrested for that shit, right?
Homeboy, 17.
17, but look, his daddy was the getaway driver, and I think his mom had something to do with the shit too.
Oh, that's crazy.
His dad was the getaway driver.
Yeah, but
that's the relationship between the father and son nowadays, because there's a lot going on, and a lot of rappers I'm seeing. I'm all into this YouTube shit. I'm a crazy nuthead. I'm all into everything. So I've seen a lot of examples of like certain rappers and with their fathers, murder cases, father driving away, or this and that, father beefing with the son, like on that same level. It's crazy now, the relationship how it changed between the father and son for the most part in the hood. Not really for the most part, but how it is changing. It's becoming a trend. And you know, with this internet shit, as
That's
I spoke
crazy,
about
man.
on the last episode, this internet shit spreads like wildfire. So once they see this rapper disrespecting his dad, now they gonna look at this shit and feel like that's the way to go and whatever else. Well, the dad probably wasn't there and whatever else, but it's still that can't help to be trained to disrespect and go like it's ill now, or just be working with the dads so fucked up that you know they doing crimes together
and they're dragging their children.
You know, and
Man, that's crazy. You know, that's crazy, man.
I wanted, you know,
come on, man. That's
At least they was bonding.
that's
yeah,
whatever. That's fucked up, Dennis.
Yeah, young nigga.
I mean, that glass is half full.
But wait.
But
The reason why I wanted to talk about this because my little brother, my step little brother, Lil Macy, y'all probably know him if y'all familiar with this channel. You know, he's still in the can.
He is not our step. He is our half.
Year or some shit
we share blood with that kid. He's our half.
He happened to be in the same cell with his dad, my stepdad, who raised me and taught me how to cook and certain shit, you know, throughout my life. And now I wanted to explore that. I was gonna get Big Macy on the channel, but you know, I fell back. But I'm just saying, like, that's what made me think about this, how the dynamics are changing. Because back in the day, you would never hear no shit like, come on now, let's be real.
Yeah, that was some odd shit when it happened to them, though. Remember? Like when we found out that they were in the cell together, that was some weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you wonder if they got pulled for that, but it's still like, you know, that's crazy.
Now the dad, like in a situation in Jackson Heights, the dad in K-Soul, he's a rapper, you know, young niggas know about him or whatever else. He's in jail murdering people like the ops, and his dad was the driver. He told on he didn't tell his dad. His dad got caught, and his dad told on him. Now on the internet, his dad is dragged by everybody, and his dad was an ex-gangster OG dude. You know,
yeah, but you don't snitch. You don't snitch.
You're a snitch. You're a rat. Period.
You a punk ass
But it's
bitch.
just disgusting
Any
how
parent,
like they even in that situation. You know what I mean?
And any parent that snitches on their kid ain't shit.
That's a fact.
There's no reason
gangster shit don't get no one
to ever snitch on their kid. Ever. Like
gangster stuff don't get anybody anywhere, man.
You know what I mean?
So what are you saying, Jimmy? You would have snitched on the kid? You said gangster shit don't get nobody nowhere.
No. I'm just saying gangster shit don't get nobody anywhere, man. It's just that no matter how you look at it, it's a few years. It's insanity for a father and a son to even do that. You know, it's terrible, man. Mook, you could have been that, and what would Avery be? You know what I'm saying? Just think, it's not a situation. Avery's growing up with a great dad, so he's going to be a great kid. You're growing up with a father that wants to do gangster shit, or come on, man. You don't know any better. Again,
I mean, but
terrible,
there's two
man.
issues here, right? The issue is the fact that this man drug his kid into that life. That shows that he gave zero fucks about that kid to begin with, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
That's been in that lifestyle. Why would you want that for your kid? Why would you
came up
that
like
on your
that,
kid?
though.
Yeah,
Right.
but why would you? It doesn't matter. You still always supposed to do better than your kid.
Sometimes you can't stop these youngins either. You still want to.
No, I get it. Every blue.
Think about it like this. Like, you know what it is? You gotta put yourself in their shoes real quick. Like, all right, like it's easier to say that, right? But like, think about their environment. So like, think about how he grew up. Think about who influenced him. What does he see on a day-to-day basis?
Okay.
How does he know how to fend for himself? And who does he look to do all of that? His father, the person he's living with. So imagine that's all he knows. Imagine if that's all you know. And it's fucked up. I'm not agreeing with that's the way of life. I'm not saying that's the way anybody should live.
But that's true.
This is reality. And like this is the world that we honestly live in. And like you gotta think about that. Like you know what I'm saying? Especially being like I live in New York, you feel what I'm saying? You know, even Virginia's pretty populated. Jimmy, where you in Jersey?
Yeah, they got gangsters all over.
No, I'm in New York. I'm in Staten Island.
Oh, look.
I live in Stapleton, man.
It's funny. My pops live on in Port Richmond. I went to IS-27. So that's
wow.
Yeah. Small world. But
Yeah.
like at the end of the day, like my fault to get off topic, but you know, like sometimes when you view a situation, it's easy to judge somebody, but sometimes you got to take a step back and put yourself in their shoes and think about, yeah, like
the sad part about life and the fucked up part about life is you could put yourself in anybody's shoes and it don't matter. It don't change the facts of the foul shit. Like you could put yourself in.
Well, you're
not to get
but you're thinking in your mental mind.
As a kid, and
who, me?
Huh?
No. When you're trying to apply yourself to that person, you're a logical person, so you're trying to make sense of somebody that is not logical, and you cannot do that because again, it's a mentality. It's what you're born with, you know.
No, but at the end of the day, I think that it comes down to choices, and I will say this: everybody doesn't grow up in a great situation. I know that. Some people grow up in very shitty situations because sometimes their parents are addicted and things like that. I've witnessed a family, right? And it was just, this family had 9 kids, and out of those 9, only 1 is really doing strong time. Out of the 9, 8 are healthy, successful people in their own realm. I think
but guess what?
Between
that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. So he's mentally challenged then. He's not thinking normally. So
But no, I won't say. Okay, so.
Wait, can we all say hello to Dutch?
When you say that, it just made me think of that sad statistic that they said 1 out of every 3 of you gonna go to prison, and 1 out of every 3 of us went to prison. Yeah. It was me and Macy. 1 out of every 3 in the family.
But the thing about it is, you successful in what you do now. You know what I mean? You came out, you turned your life around. So out of
it don't matter. I went to the can. I was in riots.
Yeah,
I was in that real shit. I know what's. I'm different. I ain't. You know what I mean? Because I was. You feel me?
Like,
I was like a fucking animal. You know what I mean? But I held it down. Never had to join no gang. Niggas was trying to recruit. Nigga passed me the shank in the riot. I threw that shit down, landed by the bed. They didn't see it. It was such a thin piece of metal. They didn't see it. Like shit like that. You feel me? Like, but I made it through. On the strength of Mace, they knew Mace. They knew they thought I was a Crip, so the Crips was mad at me than the blood. But that's another story, another thing. But
that's another story, another time. You know, but I get what you're saying. I understand. But at the end of the day, you're not the type that's out there. You've lived in a situation that wasn't necessarily the idealist. And you've come out and now you're trying to do better for your kid. You ain't got Avery riding around with you on drive-bys and shit like that. Yeah. That means that at the end of the day,
that's the benefit of a big family, though, Nia. Because I had you, I had Anwar, I had a bunch of people putting good shit in my head.
That's
like
true.
A lot of these niggas is out there by themselves.
It's kind of fucked.
They out there alone.
It's hard. Yeah. No, you're right.
But let's go back and let Dutchie speak on these certain topics that we brought up before. You know, Dutchie, you know about Coolio, right? Because we was on Coolio. Rest in peace to Coolio.
Yeah,
you doing? You all right? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Because you was in that Lambo, you know, we thought you was gonna come back like woo. You come back on some
man.
Too cool for school.
It was cool though.
Nah,
it was
cool.
Dutchie,
Dutchie is the pen or whatever. So you know, but what you think about? You know, let's speak on Coolio for a minute. You know, we gotta show respect before we go.
I don't really know a lot about the guy. I mean, he was a rapper that was out when I was a lot younger, obviously. I haven't really heard, not me personally, heard any controversy attached to his name. Okay. Unless there's something I don't know, you know, feel free to let me in.
Jimmy reminded us that he got caught smoking crack a couple times, and I forgot.
He was arrested.
He got caught smoking crack, Jimmy?
No, he was arrested several times with crack cocaine. And he also had a very heavy coke habit.
Jimmy, we only wanted one, damn it. Just give us one. No.
Well, I'm giving it to all. Hey, I haven't talked to Dutch, so I'm giving her everything, man. And then I'll let Dutch speak her mind, man. I'm going to give it all to her. Dutch, take it all, babe. Nope, I'm not holding back. Malik said 1, I gave her 2.
Well, I mean, shit. DMX did a little crack too, so I mean,
that's what we said. We brought up.
I don't really know what y'all want me to do with this. I don't.
Nah, just
right. So shout out to Coolio. Rest in peace again, my brother.
Rest in peace.
Gangsta Paradise was the jam. Yeah. All right, and then also we talked about Ime Udango.
Udoka.
The cheater.
Udango, yes.
Nia Long,
The cheater.
cheater.
You see how women know to tell the guy, the cheater. Women don't say the entitlement.
But from
That's
what
funny.
I heard, she's the one that never really wanted to get married to this guy.
Oh, he bad? Oh, come on.
From my understanding, Nia didn't, there's a lot of stuff kind of happened because of, she wasn't really with this whole, marriage thing, or, just wasn't really her thing. So,
like options.
I mean, okay, so some people asked why did nobody have that big of an issue when Jada got caught into an entanglement and shit, right? But now that this is happening, and Nia didn't want kids and all this other, or didn't want whatever it was with this guy, why is it such a big deal? I don't think that it is. I don't think people condoned what Jada did. I think what Jada did was pretty foul because that dude was a kid and it was one of her kids.
I don't condone what she did.
Nah, I mean, she was 25 years
Jada
old.
was a but Jada
was.
I'm sorry, man. You're gonna be able to call out fishing.
Yeah, that Jada was he might be 25 now. You know what I'm saying? Or
how old was he when it went down? If he was over 21, he was good for me. I mean,
keeping it G though. I respect that.
So I don't think it was necessarily. I don't think it was necessarily just the fact that because he was of age. He was of age appropriateness. Here's the problem that people are having. One, the dude was sick as hell. The motherfucker was sickly, bro.
Yeah, okay, he was sickly. I get it. You taking advantage of him.
He was sickly, and you taking advantage of one of your sick ass children's friends, bro. That's some low down shit,
better lick them toes.
That's some low shit.
Yeah, that's that's another bizarro story, man. That's fucking bizarre.
Like, if you really get into the shit with Jada, that shit was that's some real narcissistic and some real. What is that shit called? The Oedipus complex or some shit, but in reverse. Because the kid was sick. He was sick as fuck. And
was he screwing him while he was unwell?
Yeah, yes.
Nia's just laughing. Now you can call up, y'all. My bad. You can call up now.
Yes. The little boy was sick as fuck. And she was doing all types of strange shit to somebody's son, man. And Will knew. Will just got mad because that shit went public.
That's because you got a boy.
That was the problem.
You a boy mom. That's why you talking like this.
Yeah,
if you was a girl mom, you wouldn't give a fuck.
Hey, man. The boy was sick.
He can get
it. Jada's bald-headed ass is
if
a
I
predator,
were unmarried.
Dog.
If I were unmarried, let me go ahead and prelude that shit.
So you said, yeah, exactly. Nia, you talking about you can get it, but we talking about a married person. You're coming from the if I wasn't married.
Yeah, no. But if I had an arrangement with my husband, then shit, this is just our arrangement.
I think
I will not be bringing no underage motherfuckers in the house.
It wasn't even just his age, though.
Such like obsessive of her or whatever. He let her do whatever the fuck she wants. Because we know he out there got a couple friends. We know that. Come on.
Yeah. Shit.
But here's what's fucked up about all of that. She didn't leave him alone. He left her alone. August left Jada alone.
Because he found some quick snapback.
No, because he know he's smart. He know it can't go on if he's smart. Like
that's a fact. Yeah.
He wanted more than what Jada could give him, and August was wise enough.
Man, I don't think it's like that.
Even though, I mean, she said it. I mean, he said it, and she admitted it. She openly admitted it. So this ain't
he wanted more. I believe her. Yeah, I believe her on that. Okay, here we go.
I mean, and it was open because he wanted to make sure she told the truth, and it was true that he left her alone. So it wasn't the other way around.
Yo, what's your name? Where you calling from?
I'm Ayasha Lashebe.
Oh, that's how you say it? Say that again. I'm sorry. Say it a little slower.
Ayasha Lashebe.
Okay.
Ayasha Lachey, baby.
Where you
I
from?
love
Where
it.
you calling from?
So it's goody.
I'm calling from Cali.
What up, West Side? Don't let the W.
What you got to say, baby? Let's go.
Well, I just hopped on. I just woke up not too long ago, and I just hopped on YouTube, and I seen a title, and it kind of shocked me a little bit. Not too much, but because everybody is going nowadays. But as far as Coolio, I've always had questions about him because growing up in California, and me being, in my 30s, late 30s, but me being the youngest sibling, I guess, out of the family at the time, I've always heard stories about my oldest cousins, my oldest aunties, because we're from Compton, and how everybody from Compton always kind of been together and stuck together, like as far as Easy, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and Coolio being one of them. How my cousins and them used to hang out with them like tough.
Okay. Wow.
My mom's brother married this lady named Gail, who I consider my auntie to this day.
Okay.
You know how families keep secrets and really don't say too much about
every family got them secrets. Unfortunately,
yeah,
but
me
it's true.
growing up, I've always heard that my cousin could be Coolio's daughter.
Damn.
Never really paid no attention, just heard rumors. But as I got older, I started questioning it. I never really asked my auntie, but it's always been a rumor in the family if that's his child or not. And my cousin looked just like him, and I had to do comparisons and everything. Like, she got the cheekbones, she got the eyes, she got the gap, she got everything about him. Even though my uncle, raised my cousin from the time she was born. But for me, that's always been a question.
But has your uncle ever questioned it? I don't mean to cut you off, Should. Did your uncle ever question it?
Mom and dad is.
I don't think she heard you, Nia. Did she hear you?
Wow, that's a wild story.
Ask the question one more time.
I didn't hear you either.
No, I was saying, has her uncle questioned the child?
Has her uncle questioned the child?
I don't know. I stayed in the child's face when I was a child, so I never questioned anything. But my uncle, he passed away in 2001, and he never questioned that I could see. He always considered her his child, but he had 9 children. My uncle had different baby mamas and 9 children, but he kept all his children together.
Okay. Wow.
Wow, that's
and
a
so
crazy story.
That was when he decided to marry when he was younger, my Auntie Gail. And my Auntie Gail is like, she's best friends with Easy baby mom. I consider her my auntie. So we all keeping it, I guess, in the family. We all know each other. I know Derek and Eric and grew up with them. They're like,
You know Derek?
So it's
well, appreciate you, you know what I mean? Appreciate you calling up, giving that input on Coolio, you know what I mean? And shout out to you for leaving the comments. We appreciate the support. But stay tuned with us. We don't forget a name. You heard? Stay locked in.
Wait, I got a question.
Oh, hold up. You don't leave yet.
So do you think your family's going to pursue, like, since Coolio just passed, may he rest in peace, but like, is has your niece ever questioned it, or your cousin ever questioned it?
She probably have, but I never talked to her personally about it. I've always talked to her sister about it once. But I'm going to get in touch with my cousin and talk to her more about it.
It'd be interesting. Like, if she's going to pursue, I'd love for you to call back in so we can talk about it, man.
Definitely.
Because that'll be an interesting topic.
Whatever way we can.
You guys' email or Instagram, I can even shoot y'all a picture of her to show y'all how she's married with a family now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, man. I'm going to put my email in the comments. I got to see this.
Bullites_Graham.
Okay.
Is on Instagram. Bullites_Graham.
If you could type it in the message, in the chat.
I got you. Thank you, though. We appreciate you calling up.
All right, peace.
Say your name again before you leave. I'm sorry.
Ayasha Lachey Bay. It just means natural woman.
Ayasha Lachey Bay. All right, thank you.
Hey, say what's
Yeah, we appreciate.
Thanks for calling in, sweetie. We appreciate that.
Yo, fucking Dutchie was out there in that Lambo. It was crazy. I'm like, damn, that's how y'all playing out there in Hawaii,
man. It was an interesting night. Let me tell you. Hey, somebody send me the link to the actual channel or the link to this particular show.
Yes.
If somebody could drop that for me real quick.
Oh, right now. Let me see.
Yeah.
Yo, Coolio, my uncle too.
Seriously?
Y'all should gonna call up and serve you for playing with her.
Nah, she cool. She cool. Nah, she gotta follow. Yeah, shout out to Yasser. She gotta follow up next week with the convo with her. She gotta get her and her cousin on the show.
That's what I'm saying. I'd love to see both of them on the show. Repeat, guys.
You feel me? That'll be ill.
Bro, that's
so Malika, you know what I mean?
Let's talk about PNB Rock, man. We covered that already, didn't we? Yep, we sure didn't have dad drove the getaway car. Yeah, that's some foul shit. Yeah. So look, all right, so we got one more thing to talk about. Well, two more things to talk about, and then we're gonna get into Jeffrey Dahmer, y'all. So don't go away. Megan Thee Stallion, right? And bad bitches have bad days too. It's her new thing that she's working on, right? And so she's talking about mental health for people. And she's got a cool ass video that just been released called Anxiety. She has another one out there, I think, called.
Yeah, but what happened with what was Tory Lanez clowning her about? What, because he banged her before the what?
That wasn't Tory. That was the baby. That wasn't Tory.
The baby.
That was the baby. That was the baby clown ass. Y'all know that.
Wait, how y'all just gonna shit on her good though? How y'all gonna shit
I ain't gonna lie, the baby funny though. He funny. I ain't gonna lie, he funny. He a troll. He a troll.
Check out her video before they drag her. Let's go.
What is the baby talking about? Oh, I fucked the baby. So what, man? Like,
and listen, and the nigga shit still flops. So today I was reading, his shit is projected to barely touch 17K.
He's stuck.
And units. So you still name dropped her cat. And the shit still didn't help your album. You still ain't got your album sells is trash, bro.
Wow.
Nah, yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Truthfully, the baby been doing bad after that. Like he had like a whole issue with the LGBT, LGBT community, and on top of that,
wait. Let's have one speaker. Go ahead, Dennis.
He had also like assaulted his baby mom. So I don't know if y'all know about that.
Damn,
you talking about Danny Lane?
Yeah, exactly.
That shit was
a while
publicized.
ago. Yeah, it was like that shit. Like I don't even be into all that. But Danny, she look good, so I follow her on the gram. Like she look good, some eye candy. But she's also talented. So one day she posted up on her gram she was beat. Like she looked like she got into a fight with Mike Tyson. And the baby had got a lot of backlash after that.
I don't know about him beating her. I followed that story pretty closely. I don't think he beat her.
Yeah, I'm exaggerating.
He dogged her though in the hotel room, right?
He didn't. Yeah, he didn't beat her. What he did was he publicly humiliated.
My fault.
He publicly humiliated her. So basically, she was the side chick that wasn't a side chick that was a side chick and some more shit, right? So he put her out with the kid.
I remember seeing that.
He humiliated her. It was on live. It was real fucked up what he did. But see, here's the thing about the baby. You're talking about a grown ass man that's running around North Carolina. And his gimmick was a diaper. Let's start there. That was his first gimmick. The second thing is a lot of shit is attached to his name.
He probably sucked the cup. I'm sorry, but just to somebody for me, that tell me you do certain things for the bread.
I agree.
I don't agree.
He didn't put his hands on her though. He didn't put his hands on her.
But he's a bitch for carrying her like that with his child.
Didn't she say he choked her up though?
No.
Oh, okay. So
no, he didn't. He don't hit women. He's a womanizer. He's a womanizer.
That's abuse any way you look at it.
And corny men like that make other, you know what I'm saying? Like that just fucked the game up. You feel what I'm saying? Because
he's one of those.
Shit with Megan, what he did, he just looking for clout, and that's not cool. That's not how you go.
However, Megan, look, and I'm a Houston chick. However, Megan, she gonna get her shit too because until she tell us this Tory really shoot her or not, she need to sit her ass down until this court case is over with.
I get that, but what she's doing for mental health is actually a positive thing.
Not if she lying on this nigga. His mental health is fucked up if she's lying on this man. His mental health is all the way.
I ain't gonna lie.
Wow.
But this thing made
That's
me
crazy, man.
because I don't like this how the baby did that bullshit. But when you think about that situation, it's still everything is pointing. It's like, why would you? That's to me. It's like I can't get with that. You know, I asked the man about that. Nah, that's some old next.
But you gotta look at what type of dude you're dealing with. I mean, like really, he's a guy that had a kid with one chick, publicized and that he was screwing with another chick. Had a baby on that chick and then turned around had another baby.
Yeah,
so
like
this
fucking
is
the game up. He fucking
Nick Cannon.
But not just that, he's also known for on multiple occasions where he's actually shot and killed somebody or shot somebody.
So he got that on this note. Yeah, for sure.
That's how he got his name. Like,
wait, that's the dude from the
I think media, but I also think media gives him, first of all, this little motherfucker ain't can't be but like what 4'12" or some shit, maybe
that's
like
5'2". That's why it don't matter how tall he is.
He like
he gonna pop that thing.
I think media. I think media, from my understanding, people in North Carolina really don't fuck with this dude like that. And I think some of it is media hype. I think media tends to hype up who you are a little bit because we the people, the little motherfuckers, we don't really know your ass.
We don't really
All
know.
we know is what media. That's why a lot of times we don't get the truth until after the fact. Hollywood already knows what's going on. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Same thing with Megan.
Of course.
You're right.
He put it out there that he slept with Megan the day before such and such and such. And
that's
Megan,
tacky.
That was lame.
It is tacky. But can I ask you a question? That's tacky, but can I ask you a question? Even though it's tacky.
That was lame.
Megan's name is also out there for she's known for that. Megan likes to drink and she likes to screw.
I mean, but that's that woman's business. I don't give a shit.
It is her business, but at the same time, shit, if you don't want nobody telling your business, don't do shit you're gonna be ashamed of later.
Look, this nigga should not be giving out the pussy facts.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man.
Yeah, like there's whole
the stomach turns.
As being a man, like there's a rule book, there's an invisible rule book, and there's principles you gotta live by. There's
an invisible rule book, dog, but yeah, that still
yeah,
says
I agree with you, my brother. I agree with that.
That says that women don't have to move a certain way, and that's not true. That still gives way for women to be able to. Well, you know, men ain't really supposed to say shit, but don't be a hoe if you don't want nobody to know.
But even if
fuck that shit.
Look,
keep my name out your mouth and keep my business out the street.
It's like, why would you?
But don't put yourself. You famous. You are famous, bro. Don't do dumb shit that people are gonna know about. Megan's name has been so much shit. This chick's name is constantly shit, and her fucking the baby is just a list of one more thing that her name is in. This ain't the only time her name's been mentioned.
Here's the thing.
What you're trying to
even
say,
her fucking the baby. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dennis.
No. Do your thing. My bad.
It still creates that double standard that women can't do the same thing that men do. So either I'm a feminist or I'm not. Now at the end of the day, I don't care that she's out there slanging pussy. I don't give a fuck. As long as the music is good.
I mean, motherfuckers wanted the details of. Okay, so this is where people straddle the fence. I'll go back to Jada and August Alsina.
Okay.
Bitches wanted the details of what was really happening, and some people condoned that shit and some people didn't. When it comes to what we do, it is a double-edged sword, and it does say that, hey, we're not supposed to do this to us. You can't say this to us, and no matter how we do this, there's still but there still has to be some self-responsive fucking ability.
I get it.
Yeah, when you're famous, without a doubt, I agree with you. You know,
she's a famous girl. Just because he's the baby, he's still a fuckboy. That doesn't mean you can't have some discretion of who you're fucking with, and then you still got to worry about who. So a motherfucker can't run his mouth about some shit if you're not doing it, or if you're not careful with what you're doing.
I hear what you're saying. No, and I agree with you on something, but I still think the baby is on some fuckboy shit. And
yeah, of course, he's a fuckboy automatically. You know, all I'm saying, that's automatic. We're not giving him no passes, but all I'm saying is we live in a society where, when you look at like the whole Me Too shit, women can do a lot of shit. We can do a lot of shit, right? That we don't really have to take personal responsibility for. And if I say to you, I'll give you prime example. There was a girl. Now, hear this before anybody says anything. I do not condone any sort of sexual assault situations under any circumstances. However, comma, I'm not going to a strip. I'm not going to a nightclub, and I'm not going to twerk with no drawers on. You understand what I'm saying? There's got to be certain shit that you don't do to put yourself in a certain situation.
I may feel like, look, I can twerk with no goddamn drawers on. That's what I choose to do.
No, ma'am. You
can. I got a nice ass.
You can, but take responsibility for what comes with that. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, that doesn't give any dude a right to grab, steal,
it does not.
Anything.
But that also doesn't say just because you can do it to do it either.
It doesn't.
Just because you're a fat girl and that they make that shit in your size, bitch, don't mean you got to put that shit on. That's all I'm saying.
Fabric has rights too, ladies. Okay. Let me stop before I get started. Let's talk about Jeffrey Dahmer before let's put it in the thing. So let's talk about him. All right. So Jeffrey Dahmer. So Netflix just released a wait, who's over there choking? That's some good shit.
Yo, you all right?
He made me want to roll my shit up. I need to get
all right, hold on. I just stopped this.
Is that what we're doing now? Hold on.
Hey, I was smoking on my Rise and Shine mug. Shout out to Simple Mind for sending this.
That's a pipe mug.
It's a mug and
you drank the rum already?
Oh my God! You see that?
Yeah, man. Jimmy,
is that where the rum is? Is that the rum?
Jimmy. I am in the school of business, not the school of nursing. My shit been gone. All right. So Jeffrey Dahmer just released this, Netflix just released a documentary about Jeffrey Dahmer, right? 4-part miniseries. It's cool as shit. Me and Dutch have been watching it. We've been checking it out. But
crazy. Go ahead.
But because they released that, the LGBTQ community is all up in arms because that was listed as LGBT, it was one of the interests, right? If you're interested in LGBTQ, then this thing pops up and Jeffrey Dahmer is part of that. So they got pissed off because they're like, yeah, but here's the thing. How you gonna get mad, man? He's part of your community.
That's
exactly.
We don't get to pick and choose. We do not.
People are confused, bro.
But nah, because actually,
I lost my
that it's a different type of game now with him. Like it ain't. He's on some other shit. Cause yeah, I don't know.
You don't get to pick and choose. He was I agree. Identified.
I agree.
Yeah. No.
Bro,
I agree
what you identify as. If you do some gay shit, you gay. And like it is with like it sounds fucked up, you know. I respect anybody, like, but like that nigga was like he was on my fault. I'm saying that word, I'm cursing a lot. He was on some weird shit and he was killing people on some weird shit. Like that's weird.
He was eating them, man.
Yeah, and then like
he was eating them.
So here's what I understand with what Malika is saying.
I ain't fucking with that.
You can't get upset because you did all this bitching and all this moaning. Dave Chappelle ain't shit. And Dave, he's homophobic and transphobic and rah, 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 right? Now, this is with Netflix. They made this whole fucking big deal with Netflix and the whole shit with Dave Chappelle, right? Completely missed the joke that it was about one of his trans friends. So you can tell they didn't even watch the shit to begin with, right?
They were just mad.
Now, here we are with the same platform. And now, if you watch the Dahmer story, it's gay shit all in and out of it because that's who he was. They even take you through a point of where he's actually trying to figure out who he is, and that's part of the actual his bio. It's him figuring out, oh shit, I don't like girls. They show him like trying to get off to women, and there's a whole scene of this, and he can't do it. Mm-hmm. That's gay as fuck. So he's identified with being a gay male. How the fuck y'all know? We want to be acknowledged, but hey, we don't want this motherfucker here. Can y'all keep him?
No.
Nah.
And that's true. You're right.
You gotta take everybody. We gotta take everybody.
Yeah, you
gotta cherry pick this shit. Bad. Why is the reason that little white ladies clutch their purse when a black dude walk past? Mm-hmm. Because they done read something in the newspaper or heard some story. You know what I mean? They associate all of us as this type of person. So
listen, if they got to attach to us, motherfucker, they attaching Jeffrey Dahmer to your ass. Period.
Yeah, pretty much. Embrace him. He's one of you.
He's one of y'all.
My thing is, if he was straight, he'd be capturing females, murdering them, and eating. You know what I mean? Or the gay thing, the forbiddenness of the gay that goes against the Bible. He was in church. The tabooness of that shit make it more like that's the. I forgot who I was arguing with and how the point was made. They was asking, and you know what I mean? It's crazy because it's like I'm saying he could, if he was straight, he would have been still, you know what I mean, doing the same shit.
What does it matter? It's the truth, man. It's a true story. It happened, and this is what's going on in this country, which makes no sense to me. Jeffrey Dahmer was real. Yes, he was gay. Yes, guess what? He murdered and ate people, and he did put them in boxes and freezers and whatever he did. But guess what? It's a true story. Netflix took it on because it's the biggest pulled up story on the internet because people are curious about nut jobs, period. And he was a nut job, and Netflix made a story.
They want to know how this kid was raised, so they want like they want.
Of course, I think it's it.
This is what me and Malika said earlier. When we were talking about the whole issue, me and Malika actually got together before the show earlier to discuss some of this, right? And here's the thing. They're up in arms about the fact that, you know, it has an attachment to the LGBTQ elemental fucking P community. But here's how I look at it. Now, all of this shit happened. I'm 44. All of y'all are we're all around the same age bracket. He looks like a baby down there, so I'm not really sure.
Baby,
but this all happened from the stretch of 78, right, until 91, between 91 and 94. Yep. So what they've done is they've revamped all this for all the new millennials and all that really don't know much about the story. They just kind of heard the name. Now you have a full-blown story about it. Here's what I call this.
Crazy.
This is a cautionary fucking tale. Again, let me say this for y'all in the nosebleed seats. This is a cautionary tale, and it needs to be a cautionary tale for if you are looking for wood and $100 to take nude pictures. And I'm not being funny, but I want you to look at the victims. This is no knock to the victims. This is not shit on the victims or anything like that. But all of these victims were victims that were looking for sex. Do you understand?
Wait, the guy that got away, he said he wasn't gay. The one that
right.
Which one? You mean the one in the movie that was dancing all on dude and like? You know,
hey, but Dutch,
it was in the
Dutch.
bar.
I didn't even see the
Dutch,
show.
do you think it's bad?
That's what's so ill.
Do I
Before
think what's bad?
Out, I was watching all the shit, and then the shit came out. That's crazy.
I think this is. I really truly think this is a cautionary tale because now we are at the height of the LGBTQ communities. Let's go ahead and address the fact that we do have trans people are coming up hurt and murdered and for various reasons, whether they outed somebody, whether that person just couldn't deal with the fact that they were gay, like, oh shit, what did I do? You know, the next day, and they just couldn't handle it. Whatever the case was, this is still a cautionary tale for today's people. Watch who the fuck you go home with, bro. Even if he's, hey, you're gay, I'm gay. Let's go to your house and we'll have some beers. Like, what the fuck, bro? You can't. It doesn't matter because you guys are still sharing the same type of lifestyle platform. That does not make you fucking safe. That does not make you safer. It doesn't make it a safer situation. So for me, for everybody that's all up in arms, this is bad. We don't want to attach ourselves to this. Actually, if they were smart, they would look at this as a cautionary tale for the gay community of what the fuck can happen, because you do have to live in secret, because you still to this day can't really tell everybody that you suck dick. Sorry, I said it, but that's what it is. You understand? You can't necessarily tell everybody what you're out here doing.
It was in the headlines, families of the dead, the deceased, rest in peace or whatever. The families were upset or whatever. Some of the family, but then I did further research and I found that they wanted some bread or whatever. But it was like a long time ago. It's all public knowledge. You gotta realize, like, when you're involved in that something of that magnitude, things are gonna come out, and you ain't gonna get a piece of dollar off of everything. Sorry, you know what I mean?
That's facts.
Piece to them, you know. But like, that was the major thing in the headlines. The family was mad. You feel me?
They gotta
But, man,
really,
I'm so happy.
Yeah, I can understand the families being mad, but you have to understand it is history. It did happen. It's like denying the Civil War. It's like denying. I'm upset that people fought there. It makes no sense. It's a real story. It should be heard. I agree with Dutch. It should be a cautionary tale, and people should take it that way. So you really can get a logistics on what these people are about. You know,
Jeffrey
maybe
Dahmer
hey,
ate rump roast literally. He literally ate rump roast. If that ain't enough to make your ass
exactly, man. I agree with you. Yeah.
some shit, bro.
He ate rump roast, man. That's right. He
Rump
did.
roast.
Like
You know,
And on that
I'm
note,
not going to forget that, Dutch.
we're out of here on the rump roast. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate
I gotta go to bed.
He really did
those
eat rump
live,
roast, though,
and we
oh,
appreciate
God
those that will
almighty.
be viewing later. Thank you again. Y'all say goodnight.
Good
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I can't
We're
even
the
remember
boogeyman.
his fucking name. God damn it, Bo. Thank you.